Socrates once said, if it has a screen, it can run Doom. And Phil Spencer heard that and said, hey, that's a pretty good idea. So, Xbox's newest marketing campaign is here, and oh boy, they're actually going full send on this. You see, after losing in console sales 3-1, despite spending literal billions of dollars on IP developers, and well, we've covered this, Xbox is shifting strategy yet again and is trying to carve out an entirely new space for itself in the most paranoid, schizophrenic way, because they're seeing Xboxes everywhere. Dad, that's not an Xbox. We're at a football game. You see, in Xbox's newest campaign, this is an Xbox, well, they want you to be playing games on everything, because sure, this is an Xbox, but guys, you can just play it on your TV, your laptop, your phone, Grandpa's EKG, your Ouya, your Apple Watch, the fridge, your Steam Deck. That's not a Steam Deck. What the fuck is that? The message from Xbox is clear. They want as many people playing in as many places as possible by not only putting these ads just everywhere. They even made merch for this launch, which, by the way, if you guys could just subscribe real quick so I could afford this sick Halo 2 sweater. But they've even gone as far enough to create an entire quiz to show you just what a new Xbox is. So you think you know Xbox? Test your knowledge on a true or false quiz. And the faster you answer, the higher your score. All right.
Ooh, I'm so excited. Yes.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, that's a phone.
Yes.
This is an Xbox.
That's an Xbox.
Oh, okay, that's an
Yes.
Xbox. Yeah, that is an
Yes.
Xbox.
No, that's a bento box.
No, close though. No,
Yes.
that's a smart TV.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yup,
What is that? Is also
what
an
is
Xbox.
that?
Legally distinct Steam Deck.
Oh no, it's the Asus ROG Ally X.
Oh. Yes.
No,
Yup.
that's a Meta Quest 3. What?
Nope, that's an Xbox.
No. Oh, no, that's a Fire
Yes.
Stick.
That
Okay.
is an Xbox.
This lags when I load up Paramount Plus. Are you viewing this on an Xbox?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I-
Yes. We're all Xbox.
To quote Microsoft themselves on the unveiling of this marketing campaign, to truly understand what an Xbox is, it's equally important to understand what is not an Xbox. But guys, we do see the irony here, right? Because, you know, the Xbox used to be a box with an X on it with some banger games, and now, when you're saying everything's an Xbox, nobody can answer what is an Xbox. It's not a box with an X on it. It's a platform, maybe? Is Xbox a third-party publisher? I don't really know what's happening here, but regardless, the question, what is an Xbox, only exists because of Xbox. And I'll get to my own opinions on this because, wow, this is really short-sighted, and good luck shopping for an Xbox this year, Grandma. I think you can see the immediate effects from the reaction to this news because the nation is divided. Right now, there are two camps. People who think this is a good move for Xbox, and people who think this is a mark of the end times, gaming is dead, and Phil Spencer killed it out back like a dog. And to be fair to these people, the memes do kind of make themselves. I mean, if everything's an Xbox,
no one will be.
But on the flip side of that, you have some people making some very good points like, hey, why are we getting mad at Xbox for going cross-platform when PlayStation's doing the same thing? How many Sony games are on PC now anyways, except for, you know, the one people want? I mean, isn't more games being more available in more spaces good for gamers? Who really cares about consoles anyway? People just like games. You guys are just doomers and hate it. Sorry, what was that? I couldn't overhear you about no good games. I'm playing my Xbox over here. Oh yeah? Hey, how's Concord? Oh, fuck you. Yeah, both sides are being pretty ridiculous about this whole thing, but to be honest, in looking into this for the past 2 years now, I don't really think it's unfair to be concerned about the state of Xbox right now, because one, I can't imagine being a parent and having to go out to buy an Xbox because they're already named the 1, the S, and the X, and this ad is definitely only gonna make that worse. Hey Mom, can I get an Xbox for Christmas? Oh, yeah, of course, here. What is this? What? You guys don't have phones? But two, they're just outright lying in these ads, and to address that first point, a while ago I was reading an IGN article about Xbox's identity crisis. I'll have it linked below, but the big question that the writer and definitely the Xbox team has right now is whether or not Gen Z and Gen Alpha, the biggest generations of gamers ever, care about platforms. They're the first generation of gamers to not only grow up with free AAA games, but games, and unlimited games. And with that, in theory, comes an incredible opportunity. Where's my bacon? You see, Xbox is banking on the idea that young people don't want one box to go to play games, but instead will play games wherever they already are. I mean, they play Fortnite Mobile, they watch HBO Max, so what if instead of selling them a product, we just come to them? It genuinely makes sense on paper, and you know, as a lot of people are noticing, makes no fucking sense outside of it, especially in a world where 2 other consoles are selling just fine. I mean, one's doing a little bit better than the other, and one doesn't really have games, but outside of that, they're doing pretty well. This theory that Gen Z and Gen Alpha don't care about platforms is ridiculous because one, we just have data on this, but two, Phil, if you're watching this, I want you to understand, people like having a device that does literally nothing except play video games, and having a device that you're making games for not only makes it easier to make games, but make games good. There's a reason we've done it this way. Sure, you can play games on your phone, but one, I have just never seen anyone use one of these ever because I think if you were to pull one of these out in public, you would immediately be shot and killed. But two, I get notifications on my phone and I really don't want to be reminded of the real world when I'm doing the Mario. And three, this isn't how people game. I'm not going to the coffee shop so I can whip out my Xbox controller and use my iPad to play Sea of Thieves. And I'm definitely not streaming from my console to my phone while I'm in the other room. We just made fun of Sony for this. No one does this. An elephant in the room. If you're putting your games on the other platforms anyway, why am I bothering with this? But Sony puts their games on PC too, that's a double standard. Well, yeah, they do, but it's usually like 2 or 3 years after release, not 3 months. PC gamers don't even cut into the console market. PlayStation games aren't coming onto Xbox. It's not remotely the same. And I think people's worry is what happens when more people start to realize that. If Xbox's games are everywhere, including the competition, why wouldn't I buy the competition and get their exclusive games and Xboxes when they just come to this console anyways? And sure, Phil says they're gonna keep making consoles, but I've noticed that a lot of people in the Xbox camp really have a hard time understanding this mindset because guys, the games are right there. You're gonna be able to play them on anything you already own them. Like, what's the big deal? But I think what they need to understand is gamers view their games and consoles as an investment. They make purchases and want that to go a long way, especially when today's games and everything else are only getting more expensive. They cherish their consoles, their libraries, the games they choose to add to them, and above all, especially in a digital age, want to know that when they make a purchase, it will remain theirs. And I think it's fair to say in the past 15 years, Xbox has done anything but project stability. Whether it's the Xbox One fiasco, countless closed studios, flop after flop after flop, and moving more and more games cross-platform, I think it's fair to say many people are just worried Microsoft will let their old way of playing disappear. It's a concern that's gotten large enough that Phil Spencer himself has had to correct people time and time again that another generation is on its way, but the fact that that concern exists, that's enough to drive people away. What happens if the console sales plummet or third-party devs decide Xbox isn't worth the return like they're already doing, and, well, the platform withers away? Like I said, these ads aren't even really telling the truth either, because none of these are gonna replace your Xbox. It's a lie. Look, I hate to break it to you, but your phone, TV, CPAP machine, vape, whatever you're playing on is not an Xbox, and you won't be playing anywhere close to the same amount of games on it, let alone the ones you own. And I know this is hard to understand between Microsoft's 3 separate plans on so many different platforms because this is what happens when you go multi-platform and you make a complete mess. But this entire ad campaign relies on Xbox's Play Anywhere feature, which, as it sounds, are the games Xbox supports you playing anywhere. It's the backbone of not only this campaign, but the entire business model, because again, they're selling the idea that all of these things are a replacement for your Xbox when most of their first-party games don't even support it. It's a sham. According to their website, there are a total of 427 games on Xbox Anywhere, which is undeniably a good deal for even $17 a month. If they keep it at that price, they're not going to. But keep in mind that number's bloated with special editions, campaign and multiplayer versions of games, shovelware, a rotating list of games that, yeah, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bluey the game. And again, you don't get to play your games. I have a 15-year-old expansive library of Xbox games, and the last time I checked the Xbox PC app, it was maybe like 5% of my library supported, because guess what? They don't retroactively put Play Anywhere on games either. Because truth nuke incoming, if this era of remakes and remasters has made one thing clear, publishers like game sales, and they like making sure that the experience you're playing a game is somewhat quality, though that depends on the group. But there's a reason even Larian Studios, a notoriously based company, doesn't want their games on Play Anywhere. You just give up too much money and quality control because, xCloud sucks. Game publishers and game devs are a business. And if you think they will let you have a game on any device you want, potentially forever, you're crazy. Backwards compatibility is one thing. Discounted upgrades is another, but there's just no money in giving people every game everywhere forever. I mean, how many versions of Skyrim are there? Wait, who owns this again? You guys are fucking stupid. What everybody here has to understand is this is not an ad for Xbox. This is an ad for Game Pass. In fact, I'd go as far to say is Xbox does not exist. And look, I'll say what the PS fanboys are afraid to. I don't think a world where Xbox is gone is a good one. I mean, we all benefited from one of the best console generations ever because these two were being competitive, but can we not acknowledge that Xbox is just throwing the race? It's like someone in their leadership position just said, oh, they don't need to make good games anymore, and they're just swinging for the fence. Oh my God. That's just me. Would love to know what you guys think. Subscribe. Good to be back. Nice to get a quick little ranty video out of the way. And yeah, see ya, bye.